Today we are finally making soybean for my family after so much procrastination. First, I pour some water into a pot and set it on the stove to boil. Some people don't like to parboil their soybeans, but that method works best for me. I poured the soybean into a bowl and added water. The chaff floated on the top, so I washed it thoroughly and sieved out the chaff the first and second time, while the stone settled at the bottom. After that, I poured it into a sieve and checked my boiling water. Once the water was ready, I added the washed soybean, covered the pot, and moved on to the plantain. I used 3 fingers of plantain for this recipe. I washed them well, peeled them, and sliced them into tiny pieces. When the soybean started boiling, I drained them immediately and left them to strain properly while I continued with the plantain. I sliced the plantain nicely and placed them in a tray because I'll be sun drying them. I took everything outside and spread both the soybean and the plantain under the sun to dry. If you have an oven, you can dry them quickly with it. I'm just using the local method because I don't have an oven. So I decided to check on my soybean this morning before I left for work. So I noticed that the soybeans are drying so well. The plantains are almost fully dried. Maybe by the time I get back from work today, both of them will be perfectly dried.
We didn't use an irresistible light. You said you in the air was all that I needed not to die. A terrible, terrible.
You all know Fridays are usually my off day from work, so we are finally making this soybean today. Our ingredients include soybean, dried plantain, we have tiger nuts, dates, and granules. All these ingredients will be roasted one after the other. So in a pot, I added dry soybean, stir continually so it can roast properly. In a pan, I added the dry plantain and stirred it for it to roast too. While the plantain and the soybean were roasting, I proceeded to remove the seeds from the dates and wash it thoroughly with the tiger nuts. I checked on the soybean and plantain, stir. I tested the plantain and it was ready now. So I poured it in a tray for it to cool off. Then I proceeded to roasting the tiger nuts and the date. I checked on the soybean and it was ready. I poured it out and then started roasting the second batch of the soybean. I poured out the tiger nuts because it was ready as well. So in another empty pot, I poured in the granules. I already sorted and dried this granite a day before. So I roasted on low heat. Like all this roasting, they are done on low heat. Soon it was ready. The granite was ready. I poured it out to cool a bit. Then I proceeded to pack in my ingredients because it's time to take them to the mill. In an empty bucket, I poured in the soybean and covered it and set it aside. In a nylon, I poured the tiger nut, date, and plantain and tied it properly. In another nylon, I added the granite. I couldn't window the granite because I was running out of time, honestly, and I took it to the mill like that. I winnowed it at the mill. I added some salt in a small container and left to the mill. As soon as I got back from the mill, I unpacked everything and poured the soybean into a tray to cool off a bit. Let me not lie, this soybean tasted so good. Even the people at the mill kept testing it. Person wey cook must always test her food though. So in a plate of garri, I added some sugar, groundnut, and my soybean. Then I poured in some drinking water. Stir. Omo, This is tasted so nice. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. I'm not capping. Let me know in the comments if you'll be trying this recipe.